LSD, Lysergic Acid Dietylamide, an expansor of consciousness. This molecule, although it was found in a laboratory almost by accident, it does exist in nature. It is a mirror molecule to what psilocybin is, though it has its own particularities. And when you produce this molecule synthetically, it gives us a non-specific amplifier. And when you're working with expansors of consciousness, this type of essence in a molecule is extremely important. Why? Um, because it allows us to place a microscope to the human psyche beyond space, beyond time. So, when we use in an adequate manner this type of non specific amplifier, the therapeutic value is immense. We are able to transcend the barriers of the ignorance of the mind, of the unconscious, of time and space, the limitations of our own fears and afflictions, and we're able to access a crystal clear scenario of the roots of our suffering. So that is its therapeutic potential. Because of this same quality and because of being a non specific amplifier, meaning it has no consciousness of a plant that is wrapping it around or that gives it some contention or context, well, that's also its risk, and the dangers come from its very own potential. This type of expansor of consciousness has no other filter when you ingest it that will contain the experience. When you use mushrooms, when you use a flower, a plant, a cactus, you're interacting with the consciousness of the plant. And that consciousness serves as a filter of the experience. When you have the raw molecule, you do not have that filter. So it is not an everyday activity by any means to ingest this type of expansor of consciousness. Now, particularly, we have to be extremely careful when used recreationally, because all the boundaries that help you identify yourself with your own identity, with who you are, where you're at, with time and space, will be erased. So a lot of accidents occur while we're under the influence of this substance. So a therapeutic setting would involve to be in an enclosed and contained space and being guided by minimum one, two, or three facilitators that would be experts themselves in the subject matter. When we do this recreationally in festivals, in parties, and when we mix this with other substances, the potential risks are terrible and even lethal. The molecule itself has no physical secondary effects. It goes straight into our bloodstream. It reaches our central nervous system. It gets attached, as far as we know, in the receptors of serotonin and dopamine as well. And probably there are many other things that occur that we don't even know about it. And that's as far as we can read scientifically by monitoring neuronal connections and blood flow. But that's it. The rest of the experience has to be monitored by consciousness. It's a consciousness experience. So when you jump outside the boundaries of a three-dimensional reality and you transcend linear space and time, everything is possible. Everything can happen. And when you are not ready to cross that boundary, the effects can be extremely disruptive and even bring you into a worse state than the one you were in beforehand. When you open the door of your own psyche with an expansor of consciousness, there is no way back. You cannot just simply close the door. You cannot make your cells forget the place where they have gone and the state they have reached. So imagine it's like bringing out all the dirt from the pipeline, the depths of the pipeline of our own self, stuff that has been there maybe for generations in our unconscious. And then suddenly, here it is in front of me, and I'm feeling it as if it's happening right here and right now. That is the potential it has in order to heal trauma or afflictive states. Though that is also the risk it has if it is not done therapeutically. Because now you have outside a lot of information that you need to integrate and deal with. One therapeutic session of LSD can give you material to work for a full year of therapy or even more. So its potential, its risk, a non-specific amplifier that can open up the doors of perception into the depths of our consciousness. It's like getting a peek to the other side of the mountaintop and realizing, whoa, now everything they wrote about consciousness, about reality, about duality, about singularity, emptiness, whoa, maybe I'm having an experience of that and it might be real. Now, do you have the personal work and the discipline in your spiritual path to integrate that experience and make something out of it? Or is it going to create tremendous anxiety or depression or desolation because now you don't know who you are? Because everybody wants to see and to know, but can we bear to know?